Janak and Nalisha Patel, thanks so much for joining me. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic, Jeff.
Excellent. I'm so glad to have you here because, I'm talking to people who have really stepped back and decided to look at life a whole different way. They've really stepped back and said, what is success in life and what does success really mean? Tell us a little bit about what does success mean for Janak and Nalisha Patel.
Well, success to us now, I don't know if you know a little bit of where we've come from. We're basically we've been in the health and fitness industry, and what we did, we built a business. We started a business 10 years ago where we started helping people lose weight. Nalisha started the business, and we had a team of personal trainers going out to clients' homes to actually help them get into shape. And what basically happened is that, that there was a major flaw in that business model, and so what was happening is that we found out that our personal trainers were actually taking and stealing our clients. So we started getting frustrated. Our income started diminishing quite rapidly, and so we actually had to sit down and actually redefine exactly what our new goals were, and redefine what success meant to us, because we're actually working. We're working really hard in our business. We had these big goals of actually, getting the big house, living on the beach, having the flash car, and it was actually stressing us out quite a bit. So we actually had to sit down and actually redefine what success actually meant to us.
Yeah, we as like most entrepreneurs, we started out wanting the big mansion on the beach and having the flash cars in the driveway, like Janak said, and after working so hard and basically realizing that we were crowding out all the fun in our life just by working long hours and stressing ourselves out with our income basically going down, we realized that we kind of needed to redefine what success meant to us and basically put our our lifestyle that we had and recreate it from scratch basically. So we did have an opportunity to live by the beach, and we found that after literally a couple of weeks of living there, we were bored of walking on the same strip of beach day in and day out. It didn't appeal, and so that was an eye-opener for us. And we also got our dream car, and literally after a couple of weeks of it sitting in the driveway, it was just a car is a car, So we just really realised that we needed to be a little bit more authentic about what our goals were for us. Like, I remember reading a really great quote a couple of years ago, which really resonated with me. It was basically that, would you still want a Ferrari if no one could see you drive it? And I really love the concept of that there's so many people that basically live just to please other people or to have external tokens of wealth just so that other people will be impressed. So that's really where we probably started out wanting the money and the material. That was our big goal, but we've kind of moved from that to now lifestyle basically, and
experiences. Like before, when we were trying to build our business, every day it just seemed like a photocopy of the day before. It was get up, get into work, and go to sleep, then get up, go to work again, and it just was the mundane routine of it all. It started just getting frustrating. So it just forced us to actually just go sit down and just like revamp our entire business model and on what we were doing.
Yeah, so that's why basically we moved from having personal trainers who we were dependent on for our income. We moved from them and we basically took our business and turned it into a 100% online business model. So that's where we're at now, that we are more in control of our income, our business, and designing our lifestyle around our business rather than the other way around.
Yeah. I think
the other way.
Yeah. The frustrating thing was with this business model was that we were relying on other people for our income. And that was a major flaw in it. So when our income started diminishing, we had to make radical changes, and we decided, hey, the internet was the way to go. And we did just digitize, basically redesigned all Nalisha's weight loss programs and actually made them into ebooks, online courses, and started offering them online. So over a period of a few years, we expanded those products all over the world into about 13 different countries. So that's how we derive most of our income now, because we can have a global reach, and our business is infinitely scalable. So
probably more importantly, it gives us the lifestyle that we can live anywhere and work from anywhere, and that's probably we talked about the protocol, and it's like such a visual of living the same lifestyle, life day in, day out, that when we did move online, it gave us the opportunity to start thinking of where we wanted to live and what we wanted to do. So that's when we started to think about actually uprooting everything. And
yeah. Well, I love your story, and it's so interesting because you had the money, right? Everybody, we always tend to say, well, we want, I think if you ask people like their two favorite things or the two things that they want the most, it's usually like money and being on a beach. And you guys had both of those things, and you said, well, okay, now what?
Absolutely, that was it. And we decided in basically August 2011 that, hey, we want to wake up to a different view every day. We wanted to have, and it's all about lifestyle and having experiences. So basically, we fired all our staff, we packed all our stuff into storage, and we rented out our house, and we just booked a one-way ticket out of the country. And our first stop was the United States. And initially, it was just going to be a 6-month trip, and 6 months basically turned into 2.5 years of travel straight.
And it's still going.
And it's still going, yeah.
Yeah, and that's so awesome. So, and you guys are from New Zealand. Folks might not realize that, but that's where you are originally from, and that's where your business was. So you picked up, and your first stop was the United States, and you never stopped traveling for like 2.5 years. Now I know you're taking a little break now because you had some family things going on there in New Zealand. But what are your plans next?
Next, basically, we're just having a little breather, as you said, in New Zealand for a little bit, and we want to take off again. We're basically itching.
Yeah, we were just discussing that the other day, and like one of my things on my bucket list was to actually go see the Aurora Borealis in Scandinavia.
Yeah.
The Northern Lights. And we were thinking, hey, that'll be such a cool trip to do. There's also a few events happening in the United States that we'd love to go and see as well. So. We're throwing out a few ideas on what to do next and where our next destination is going to be.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Janak and Nalisha, what would you recommend to somebody who's out there and they're saying, well, this sounds interesting to me and I'd love to do this, but I don't know. Like I'm just not sure because I got this job and I got maybe some family where I live and this all sounds amazing, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure if this is right for me.
Yeah, no, that's completely understandable. I mean, if someone told us like even 5 years ago that we'd be living the way we are, we wouldn't believe them. But the reality is, so many things that we think are a big challenge or something that we maybe can't achieve, it's a lot easier than that you actually think. We have this little thing that we're thinking that, people think that you need to basically win the lotto or inherit $1 million or marry a millionaire to live the way we do. But you really don't. You just need to maybe think about what your passions are and where they lie and how you can digitize it and monetize it basically online and then start getting your mindset around the fact that you can start building a business online, giving you the ability to make money on a global scale, and then you're free to literally live anywhere you want and work from anywhere you want. So it's absolutely possible. You just have to start educating yourself and get started, basically.
Right. You don't need $1 million to actually live this kind of lifestyle. If you can basically, what we've learned from traveling all around the world, people pretty much on average earn the same amount of income in most westernized countries on a level par. And if you can figure out how to actually replace your income, your job income, by doing something online, which gives you the flexibility, to work from your computer, work from your laptop, and create an income for yourself, where you're taking responsibility for yourself, it opens up the entire world for people. And it's a lot easier than what a lot of people think. You don't need the technical knowledge nowadays. You can basically, everything is basically you're not at a disadvantage with technology. Everything is quite simple to learn.
Yeah. So what would you say to somebody who they're ready to go? What would you say? What's the first thing that somebody should do to put one foot in front of the other to make this kind of amazing lifestyle happen for themselves?
Well, I think the first thing that they should do, this is quite a good question because we've been getting this quite a lot ever since, the media has started taking a bit of attention on our unique lifestyle. We've just been getting a lot of emails from people all around the world asking us exactly the same questions. How can we get started? how can we build a business how can we create a secondary income stream so we can spend more time with our family, more time with our loved ones, or how can we travel a bit more? And hey, look, we put together, we decided to actually write a book. It's called How to Escape the Photocopy Life.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so it's going to be released in the next couple of months as well. But we've also put together a whole heap of free resources for people to get started. Actually, just what the first steps are to actually getting online and monetizing basically their knowledge and their personal expertise, or using somebody else's expertise. And they can find out a whole heap of resources from NalishaPatel.com or EscapeThePhotocopyLife.com, and just
start learning.
That's the best thing they can do. Yeah. Exactly.
Focus on an online business. Look at an area that you're interested in, so that you're willing to do the work that's needed. And just get going. You just got to learn. The information's out there, and we're here to help people as well. And you just have to get started. You have to know why you're doing it as well. So having a vision, not extreme of thinking 5-10 years in the future, but have a little goal of a holiday that you may want to take, and think about taking little baby steps, maybe starting with going away for 6 weeks and then going away for 3 months and then expanding that, and just thinking about a bucket list of items that you'd love to experience, basically.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah. It's almost like your advice is, there's a lot you got to learn, but Nalisha, you were just saying, just start figuring out what the heck you want. Just start making that bucket list and start writing down, here's all these cool things that I want to do, and that gives you something to shoot towards. Did you guys do that? Did you create a list of all the kind of awesome things that you wanted to do?
Absolutely. We started years ago.
Yeah, well, this is us in Santorini, of what we want to do, pictures of Santorini, New York,
I've seen in the Swiss Alps, we had vision boards. We did all that back in the day when we started our business. Yeah. We had them all around our house, and it's just amazing how things start to slot into place. And it took us about 8 years to get to that point, but it does come true, and you just have to stay on track and know what you want, and you can absolutely get there. Yeah.
One of my dreams was to, get an apartment on Central Park, and go for a run every morning.
Wow.
And we achieved that dream. We lived in New York City on Central Park for 2 months and had a nice apartment, and every morning I'd go for a run and just think about that, that vision that I'd created years and years ago.
Yeah.
And going, oh my God, it's actually come true. And it's just you just got to, just know that, basically just have a bit of faith in yourself that, hey, and just keep going.
Yeah, don't put up with thinking that the way you're living right now is how you are going to be living for years to come. That's the biggest thing, that just keep going through the same day in, day out. So, it's really important. We're actually reading Ariana's Thrive book.
Awesome.
And it's reaffirmed exactly how we intend to live and how we are living, basically. So it's fantastic.
Pretty much one of the things that we wanted to do when redesigning our life was to pretty much put all the big rocks first. Because when we're actually trying to build our business, we were actually under quite a lot of stress. We actually let our health, we weren't probably eating as good as we should. We were not looking after our relationship, and those are some of the things that we needed to actually change immediately when we changed our business model. When we actually looked at redefining what success meant to us.
So our lifestyle now is basically focusing on the big rocks, as Janak said. So we take our time in the morning. It's not about working 16 hours a day anymore. We take the time for our relationship and go for a walk on the beach, and just sit and have our little ritual of coffee and chai in the morning. and it's
stuff, and that stuff now comes first.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
so
success,
Yeah, so your relationship and having that cup of chai in the morning and going for those walks on the beach, that's first.
That's right. That's absolutely first. Yeah.
That's
and the
amazing.
Gets done. Things that need to get done, get done. You don't have to sit at a computer for 10 hours a day and just go through the motions just so you clock 10 hours. I mean, it's about productivity, it's about results, and you can enjoy your life.
That's right, yeah.
That's amazing.
This is amazing. So what you guys say, first you got to believe that you can do it. You got to believe that you can have the lifestyle that you want and not get set in the mindset of that your life is going to be like it is now forever. And then the second thing you got to do is you got to make it happen. You just got to make it happen.
Yeah.
Get up your butt and just get going.
Yeah, you got to get educated on exactly what you want to achieve. If your why is big enough, you'll find a way to get there.
Yeah. If your why is big enough, you'll find the way to get there. That is awesome. Guys, is there anything you want to leave us? What's the last thought that you want to leave us with?
I think the most, for me, the most important thing on this in the last 10 years is that you have to redesign your life around your business. It can't be redesign your business around your life. You absolutely have to do rocks first, as we talked about, and you have to know what you're building up towards. I think it's just so easy for you to just go through the day in, day out, and then you just look back and go, wow, 10 years have passed or whatever. But you have to know what's important to you. You need to slot it into your day. You need to do them first, and you need to have a business you're passionate about as well, so that it doesn't feel so you're not like living that thank God it's Friday thing where you're living for the weekend. I've always hated that phrase. So why trade in 5 days for 2 days? It just doesn't make sense. Your life should be enjoyable.
Isn't it crazy? Like the weekends aren't as exciting anymore when you're doing what you want to do all the time. It's like, because every day is cool and exciting.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's right.
That's amazing.
You don't drink Sundays anymore.
Yeah, because every day is a holiday. Thank you guys so much for talking with me today, and I know that our listeners are going to love hearing all of your great advice, and we're going to link up the websites below, and thank you, and stay in touch, and I just can't wait to see what other awesome, amazing things you guys do. You're young. You got a long time to experience this life and experience those big rocks and work towards your definition of success.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jeff.